This video is about writing and solving a system of linear equations given a context. So to review, a system of linear equations is a set of two or more linear equations. An example could be y equals 3x plus 2 and y equals 4x minus 1, and the solution is the ordered pair that satisfies both equations. So again, if I were to graph these two lines, my solution would be right here where my points intersect, because this is the ordered pair that lies on both lines. It's the ordered pair that makes both equations true. So our solution is always an ordered pair. So when we think about writing and solving linear systems or systems of linear equations for a context, we obviously need to start with a context. So our first example, we have Jamal and Crystal. So both Jamal and Crystal have savings accounts. Jamal started with $25 and adds $15 per week. Crystal started with $40 and she adds $10 per week. At what week will Jamal and Crystal have the same amount of money? So our first part here is that we need to write our system of equations. So we need to come up with the two equations, or more in some cases, but we need to come up with our two equations that are going to be in the system. So we're trying to figure out when they will have the same amount of money. So our two equations should be related to their money. So starting first with Jamal, he starts with $25 and adds $15 per week. So Jamal, his money is equal to 15 times x plus 25. If x is weeks and y is money. We want to make sure that we define our variables for problems like this. Then we have Crystal, who started with $40 and she adds $10 per week. So if we think about her money compared to weeks, her money would be equal to 10 times the number of weeks, because she adds $10 a week plus $40. So our system of equations, we have our two equations, y equals 15x plus 25 to represent Jamal's money, and then Crystal's money can be represented by the equation y equals 10x plus 40. So then finally, we need to figure out when are they going to have the same amount of money. So we can use any of the strategies that we've learned before. We can use a table, we can use a graph, we can use substitution, we can use elimination in order to figure this out. Because they're both in y equals mx plus b form, I'm going to use substitution for this one, but you can use whichever strategy you want. Pause the video and then push play when you feel like you have your answer to check. So y equals 15x plus 25, y equals 10x plus 40. I'm going to take this 15x plus 25 from Jamal's equation, and I'm going to substitute it in for y in Crystal's equation. So I have 15x plus 25 equals 10x plus 40. I can subtract 10x from both sides. I get 5x plus 25 equals 40. If I subtract 25 from both sides, 5x equals 15. I can divide both sides by 5, and I get that x equals 3. So that means at week 3, these two people have the same amount of money. Now the question doesn't ask what is their amount of money that they have in common, but we can go ahead and figure that out too. So let's take our number 3 for x and plug it back into one of the equations. Let's plug it in for Crystal. So 10 times 3 plus 40. We know that 10 times 3 is 30. So y equals 70. So this means at 3 weeks, both Jamal and Crystal will have $70 in their savings account. Okay, let's look at a second example. Javier wants to order pizza. Company A charges a delivery fee of $5.50 and then $11 per pizza. Company B charges a delivery fee of $7 and then $10.50 per pizza. How many pizzas must Javier buy to spend the same amount of money at both pizza companies? So, in this case, our first step again is to write our system of equations. We know that we're comparing number of pizzas to money. So let's define our y as the money spent, and let's define x as number of pizzas. So let's do company A. We'll make company A be pink. So company A has a delivery fee, that one-time fee of $5.50, and then they charge $11 per pizza. So their equation would be their total money spent equals $11 per pizza plus that one-time delivery fee. Company B, let's do in green, has a delivery fee of $7, and then they charge $10.50 per pizza. So their equation would be the total money spent equals $10.50 per pizza plus that $7 delivery fee. So we have our two equations. Now we want to solve. We want to know when, for what number of pizzas, are both companies charging the same amount of money. And you can use any of the strategies that we've learned, table, graph, substitution, or elimination to do this. And let's see what we get. So for this one, I'm going to use elimination. So we have y equals 11x plus 550 and y equals 1050x plus 7. So if I were to subtract these two equations, my y's cancel out, so I get that 0 equals 0.5x minus 1.5. If I add 1.5 to both sides, I get that 1.5 equals 1/2 x. I can divide both sides by 1/2, and I get that x equals 3. So that means if both companies, if Javier buys 3 pizzas from both companies, he's going to spend the same amount of money. Let's figure out exactly how much money he would be spending. So we can just plug in 3 for one of our equations in x. So y equals 11 times 3 plus 5.5. 11 times 3 is 33. So y equals $38.50. So if Javier buys 3 pizzas, both companies will charge $38.50. Now there are more practice problems for you right below this video that you can work on.